Hey guys, so I'm back and I'm sharing with you my first haul of 2015, and I love haul videos. I know you guys love them because they're some of my most watched videos, and this haul is more kind of Christmassy time, kind of holiday season, and a little bit in January, not too much. And I picked up quite a few things and I wanted to just show you them and, you know, share some good stuff. And let me know if you want reviews of any of these. I will point out the ones that I'm already intending on reviewing. So I'm just gonna jump into the haul and kind of try to keep it short and sweet. Probably not gonna happen, but let's try anyway. So one of the first things I picked up was the Sephora plus Pantone Universe Color of the Year eyeshadow palette. Looks like this comes in this package. And when I saw this, I never usually get the Pantone Universe collection with Sephora. Oh my god, I can't open it. But really pretty packaging. It's actually a smaller packaging than the MacBook size one that they did for the last couple of years. But these eyeshadows obviously had to be smaller to fit in the smaller palette. And the palette insert is a little flimsy, but the palette design, the outer exterior, the exterior of the palette is actually pretty sturdy, and you get a full-size mirror, so I like that. And the shades are Marsala themed. So Pantone Universe and Sephora themed. Pantone Universe and Sephora teams up every year to have a collection eyeshadows, blushes, lipsticks in the Color of the Year theme. And this year it's Marsala, and Marsala is kind of a berry red shade. It's kind of a muted red. It's not quite a bright vivid red. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes, and I did a tutorial to test these out, and so far the eyeshadows are pretty. The glittery shades in here, which there are actually quite a few, it's anyone with glitter. The glitter is chunky and it falls out. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 shades that have that chunky glitter, which does give you fallout. Needs a sticky primer. Not the best shades, but the matte shades right here, the Marsala color, they're pretty, they're pigmented, they blend nicely. So I like this palette. It's not it's not as expensive as the previous palette, which is also a good thing. So I think they're sold out, so I don't think I want to do a review, but let me know. I don't want to do a review because they're sold out, and what's the point if you can't get it anymore? And then the next thing I picked up is the Shade and Light contouring palette from Kat Von D, and she came out with this palette. It has 3 matte contour shades, 3 highlight shades. Of course you can see the highlight shades are half the size of the contour shades, like literally half the size. And you know, the mirror, she's using this cardboard packaging yet again. You know, it's her new thing, and I use this in this tutorial as well. I'm going to do a review on this one. Quickie, the shades are a gray tone. You can't really tell looking at them, but when you put them on the skin, when you swatch them, they do have this gray undertone. So they are true contour shades, and they actually work on medium deep skin. So I would go tan, medium, deep. The highlight shades are a bust for me. They're matte, they're too light. It's just, no. But I'm gonna do a full review and swatch video for this and compare it to Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, which is a little bit more warm toned, a little bit more bronzy kind of. And I also have the It Cosmetics sculpted face kit and a couple of others like the Nars duos and stuff. So I think that should be an interesting review, so stay tuned for that one. And then the other thing I picked up, which you guys have been asking me to get, that would be, where did I put it? The Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette. Now, initially, I was not going to get this. I was not interested in it because I saw the swatches online. I saw the color theme, and I was like, I have all these shades already. I don't need this palette. And I picked it up for you guys. You guys, I picked this up for. So this is not something I wanted. This is not something that I was in love with. And it's a thinner packaging than the original chocolate bar. Do I have that somewhere? No, I can't find it. The chocolate bar palette, the original, was actually one of my loves of last year, and that's going to be in my favorites video. But the semi-sweet one, I'm so on it. It's very blah for me, especially on my skin tone, and the colors aren't as, like, the finishes, the pigmentation is not as good as the original chocolate bar palette. So It's not the best, but I'm doing a review on that, so you can check that out as well and see the whole swatch fest as I did with my last video. And the next palette, that was a pour one. This one is everything, okay? Everything. This is the Nars Narcissist palette. This is the dual intensity eyeshadows, and they came out with the dual intensity the dual intensity eyeshadows as singles last year, and I didn't pick up any of them because they're expensive, and I'm like, I am not here for it. I am not going to buy them because they are very dear. So I didn't purchase any of them. I swatched them in store. I thought they were pretty, but for the price I just wasn't, you know, inclined to get it. And then I saw this. They were debuting on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, 12 o'clock, 12 midnight. So New Year's Day, January 1st. 8 eyeshadows in here. They are smaller versions than the singles, of course, but it's more reasonably priced. Like for the 8 eyeshadows, you're getting them for less than $10 each. So if you were interested in checking out the eyeshadows but you didn't want to splurge, you're getting, for the price of 3 eyeshadows, you're getting 8. So it's a good way to test out the formula, and it's everything. And the shades, you can apply them damp for more intensity, which they are intended to be used wet or dry. So this is dry, nice intensity, and then I'm gonna wipe my hands off. And where did I put it? Lord, my loss, it's already. Here's the packaging. Can we talk? This is mirror finish, so it's an actual mirror, like, hi. And inside they have the full mirror. But anyway, that's neat at your idea. Here are the eyeshadows swatched on a damp hand. So I'm not swatching all of them. If you see, don't it, hey, yes, dear Jesus. So that was my first purchase of 2015, and so in love, so in love. You don't even understand. You don't. And then I picked up a couple more of the pressed pigments from MAC, which if you aren't into these, and I need to do a full video on these and do swatches. This is the dual intensity is gonna be a video. The pressed pigments from MAC, like, MAC, hi, how you doing? How you doing? If you like glitter but you don't like the mess that glitter makes, and you don't want to do all of that with glitter, can get messy. These are like subtle, sophisticated, more mature level glitter. Like, let me see if I can swatch it. This one is in Day Gleam, and it's a beigey color. You see that reflection? Oh my god. It's, you use these as toppers for eyeshadows looks, or you can use them on their own. But this one is Day Gleam, and then this one is Light Touch. And I got these lighter shades because I didn't have them previously. And I also grabbed this one in Moth, which is more of a, would you call it a mauve shade? A mauve purple. Yeah, it's like a lavender. Oh my god, those are so pretty, right? And I also got this pink one in Rock Candy. This one here. Like, to me, they're subtle, mature glitter shades. And then also from MAC, I grabbed their new Prep and Prime 24-hour Extend Eye Base. And this is a base for eyeshadows, and it has a, I don't like the squeeze top. Like, they should have made it more slant, like, you know, those slanted tops instead of this just freestyling tube thing. But it looks like a light peachy shade, and it goes on sheer. It's a great eyeshadow base, actually, and I'm pretty impressed because the last eyeshadow base, the first eyeshadow base I ever got when I started doing makeup was from MAC, because MAC was the thing, and I thought their eyeshadow base was going to be everything. It was not. It was not. It was a big flop. So that one actually works pretty well, except for that packaging. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. And then I also grabbed, I took them out the box right now, but I also grabbed these two Studio Conceal and Correct Duos, and they have these now. If you have their like their concealer duo, the Studio Sculpt concealer, where they have the corrector shades in orange and, you know, different shades. These are now the liquid forms, and this one is in the shade Ochre, which is this yellow shade, and Pure Orange. And then the other duo is Burnt Coral and Rich Yellow. And I'll just swatch these really quickly. So they're dual ended, and they're meant as highlighter, not highlighter, but conceal and corrector shades. So for if you're correcting like under eye darkness, oh, what that? No, the packaging not sound ready. It not sound ready for me at all. This is Ochre, which is more of a burnt yellow, and then this one is Pure Orange. So if you're correcting like darkness, yellow, not yellow, but blue undertones, green undertones, the purpley dark circles, these are great. So again, this is Pure Orange, Ochre, which was the other one, Burnt Coral, and Rich Yellow. So those are the corrector shades. They are fairly pigmented. I'm just tapping them out so you can see like the pigmentation. As you can see, they're fairly pigmented and they work well for correcting. So those are ones that I would try out. They're liquid, so what I would do is apply them to the areas that I want to correct and then let them set a little bit so they can get a little tacky, and then tap them out with your fingers. But those are actually really good colors that I picked up. And then the last thing I got from MAC is this Match Master concealer. And my friend, was it Renee? Dark and Sweet. Is it Renee? Renee, you told me to check these out, right? They have the stick concealers now in the Match Master. You know, the Match Master foundation. The Match Master foundation that they have, now they have the concealers and they're in stick form. So they're actually great for like if you wanted to do contouring or highlighting. And they're a lighter formula, so they won't be too creamy and too heavy on your skin if you wanted to use them for that purpose. But obviously I got it for concealing, and this is in the shade 7. And I got a shade that would match my skin tone decently. And I can just blend that in with my foundation and it shouldn't be an issue. I should have gone a little lighter just for a highlighting effect, but I don't necessarily like a highlighting effect for that. So that's what I got from MAC. And then another exciting launch this year were the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. And these are all the rage now on Instagram. And I picked up quite a few of them, and I'm going to do a review and swatch video similar to my Kat Von D swatch off. And so far, I don't like how they smell. The colors are nice, and the packaging gets like, it's already messy, but oh, this is not nice. But there are some pros and cons to these. They are not immediate loves for me. The Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, spoiler alert, are much better. But these are still pretty colors. But if you were looking for something that is going to be similar to Kat Von D, it's not. The long wear is not there. It smudges off. Kat Von D sets to a fault, and I love that for long wear. These are pretty colors, but they smudge, and I don't necessarily love the formula of these, but they are pretty colors for what they're worth. And I'm going to do, again, like I said, a review on these. So here are a few of the colors here. Let's see if I can get them. This one is Bloodline, which is an orangey red. This one is Sweet Talker. This one is Party Pink. This is Sad Girl. This is Vamp. And then that last one there is Art Allied. This one is Vintage, and that one, that shimmery one, is Sad Girl. So those are a couple of the shades that I picked up. I have more. And you know what? Let me just swatch the other ones. This one is Lovely, which is the only light shade that I got. This one is Potion, which I know a lot of people are probably like, oh my god, I need it. And this one is Spicy. So again, I'm going to do a video with lip swatches. Bear with me. Don't run out and get these just yet, because they're not necessarily the best formulation, and I want you guys to see them before you run out and get any. So Potion, Spicy, and Lovely. So don't mind the change of scenery, the change of makeup. This is a different day, but a couple of things did come in today that I wanted to show you as well. And I wasn't going to do a separate video, so I figured I'd just insert this part since I didn't edit yet. Yeah. So I got my Nuevo Natural Eyeshadow Palette from Stila, which is similar to their 15th year anniversary Eyes Are the Window shadow palettes. You know, it's similar packaging, not identical at all, but similar layout and everything. And these have 12 neutral eyeshadows. We don't need another neutral palette. I know. But these have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 mattes and then 4 shimmery shades, and they have their signature kitten eyeshadow in the palette. And these are very nice eyeshadows. If you've tried these Eyes Are the Window palettes, they feel a little bit like they wouldn't be great when you swatch them, but when you use them on the eyes, they actually work pretty well. And they were actually one of my favorite neutral palettes or neutral collections last year. So I picked this guy up, and I'm gonna do a, I always say it, I'm gonna do a review on this because I like this palette a lot. So this is the, again, the Nuevo Natural Eye Palette. And then I also got a couple of ColourPop Super Shock shadows, which I have been avoiding like the plague. I was like, I'm not gonna get any, I'm not gonna get any, I'm not gonna get any. But for the sake of YouTube and reviews, I picked up a couple. And I must say, they're actually pretty nice eyeshadows. This is a different texture. It's, I wouldn't say it's a cream eyeshadow, it's a hybrid. It's not really a wet eyeshadow, but it is a softer kind of moussey texture. They're very creamy, very high shine. They're better if you apply them with your finger, but you can apply them with a brush as well. And what I find is that they have good pigmentation, and they actually stick to the lids without creasing, which I was surprised. Let me just show you a couple of the shades. This one here is Envy, and if you see the glitter, oh my god, the glitter actually shows up and sticks. It doesn't fall out. So I really love this. This is one of the metallic shades. Then the orangey shade, the bronzy shade, is Game Face, which is a high shine coppery bronze shade, really pretty. And then the other one is a metallic as well. It's So Quiche, but I would say so quiche, like so cliche, but I see where they were going with that. But it's a really pretty, again, glittery shade, and the glitter actually shows up pretty well. And these are $5 a pop, and to me, this is like, I avoided it for so long, but I'm glad I got a couple of them, and I'm gonna do a review of these in swatch video, so you guys can check those out. I'm doing so many reviews I have lined up, right? But I thought I would share those with you guys. And also, Black Up Cosmetics reached out to me and sent me a couple of their products to try out, which was amazing of them to do. And Black Up is a brand that I've heard about, and they're more geared towards darker skin tones. So it's good to have a company that's reaching out to richer, deeper skin tones. And I've been trying out some of their products so far. This is the Two-Way Cake, which is a powder that you can use as a foundation. You can wet it or you can use it dry, and I used it dry today to set my foundation. And it's a nice, smooth, velvety formula, and it really feels nice on my lids. And another thing that I tried from them that I actually truly like is the Sublime Powder, which is a highlight shade. And this guy is a golden, oh that's too much, but let me try to blend it out over here. It's a golden kind of bronzy highlight color, and I'll zoom in so you can see it. So you can see it's a shiny powder. It's not glittery at all, it's just a sheen. These are matte eyeshadows, so I'm gonna try those out. And they sent a 5-color eyeshadow palette as well. These are some great products. I'm glad that they reached out to me. I think the products are a little bit pricey. They're a little bit overpriced, so I'm gonna have to make sure that they're worth the price before I tell you guys to go ahead and get them, because they are pricey, and I don't like when things are overpriced at all, especially for an indie company that you can't necessarily swatch in a store and return in a store. Again, I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna probably just do a product focus, brand focus video on the products that I receive from them. That way I can just go through everything all in one video. So stay tuned for that, and then let's just round up the rest of the haul. And then last things that I got, again, were things that I didn't necessarily want because I think they're far overpriced. But I got 2 of the Hourglass Modernist eyeshadow palettes. This is the shade Obscura. I will show you up close. That's the shade. You see, they're very powdery. I was testing them out a little bit. But this is Obscura. And then this one is Graphite. And they're not necessarily horrid eyeshadows. Like, they're not horrid, but they're $58 for the palette. And these are 5 eyeshadows. And they're not separated, which I absolutely hate. They're gonna get messy in the palette because they are very powdery. They're gonna get all over each other, but they're decent shades. Like in the Graphite palette, the deep shades are, these 2 shades are nice. This one, the gold one, is a little bit chunky. This pale one doesn't pack that much pigmentation. It's decent as a highlight, but it's not too much substance to it. And then the 3rd shade in the corner is troublesome to get to with a brush, but that one is decent. So you're getting like 3 decent eyeshadows out of the bunch. And then the Obscura one, again, this pale shade, I like it because it has a little glow to it, but it's not that substantial. These 2 dark shades, the dark brown shades, are so similar to each other. It's like, why do I need both? This one supposedly has like a little purpley tint, but it doesn't show up on the eyes. So there's not much difference when you swatch those eyeshadows. So you're getting 2 colors that are pretty much the same. And then these other 2, these kind of bronzy shades, are also very similar in shade. So you're really not getting a lot out of the colors for $58. So I'm not too impressed by them, and I'm probably gonna bring those back because it's just $58 is quite a splurge for something that's not like immediately in your face, like, oh. So yeah, those are the things that I picked up. Oh, let me mention a couple of things that were sent to me. Sleek is doing like an eyebrow promotion, so they sent me their brow kit. And Sleek is one of those companies that I have a relationship with, and they actually send me things. So they're one of the companies that actually send me things. And believe it or not, Anastasia has sent me some things too, and I still need to do a review on them. So probably that's why they didn't send me anything else. But this is the brow palette. It has like a colored wax, which is a deep colored wax, and a brow powder. And I actually like this. I've used it before. I have, I think the other version. This one is in dark. This I actually like. And then they sent me the eyebrow stylist, which is a pencil product. And it has that kind of, let me get up there so you can see. As you can see, it has that kind of flat edge, that broader type. And it's similar to the Tom Ford pencil, but the Tom Ford one is slimmer. And I actually consumer tested the Tom Ford eyebrow pencil, in case you didn't know. Yeah, I did. I don't like this one because it's very thick. It's a very thick pencil, so I can't get any precision with it. And then they also sent me their Brow Perfector eyebrow gels, and I have the clear and then the light brown. The light brown is far too light for me, so that one won't get too much use. And I actually like the gel, believe it or not. The gel actually really holds well. It's nicely pigmented. When I applied it to my brows, I was like, wow, the pigmentation on this is really good. Let me see if I can show you how light the dark brown one is so you can see what I mean. Okay, so I zoomed in a little bit so you can see, but if I put the light brown one in, or the dark brown, this is dark brown, you'll see, do you see the pigment that it deposits on my brow? Yeah, so I like that it has that pigmentation. It holds like nobody's business, but as you can see, it's just far too light of a color for my dark brows. And I actually applied it and then went over it with a powder, and it didn't turn out too bad. So if you have lighter hair and you were looking for a cheaper alternative to those tinted brow products that can get pricey, then I actually really like the formula of those. So that's it for my haul, and yeah, I think I'm gonna try to keep my hauls down a little bit in 20. I said that last year. I'm such a hypocrite, but I know you guys love haul videos, and I love trying out new things for you because that's the point anyway. And I'm gonna do my favorites video coming up. That's the video that I have been agonizing over. Like, I have like a bucket that I have the stuff in that I want to talk about, but I have a few more and I'm like, oh my god, this video is gonna be endless. But I really wanted to compile good products for you guys before I did the video. So definitely stay tuned for upcoming videos. I am also doing a spring toss, so I'm trying to declutter some of my items in my makeup collection. Not all of them, so don't expect me to clear up my whole makeup collection, but I wanted to do that before I did a collection video. I know you guys have been asking for one, and I think I might do one. I'm trying to figure out, I'm still trying to do like segmented things, like segmented like little portions of my collection rather than one big video. But I did that with my pencils in the like the spring toss decluttering videos, so definitely stay tuned for those videos. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because those videos I think are going to be fun. You get a peek in my collection, as well as, you know, see some new colors, get some ideas for things that you may want to check out, ideas for videos that you may want to see from me. And I think those videos are going to be really fun. So I have a lot coming up for 2015 for you guys. I have a burst of energy. I'm a little under the weather right now, but we ain't going to talk about it. And I just think 2015 is going to be awesome. I am headed back to school to do my master's. I'm registered for class and everything. So that's going to take some time away, obviously. But I still hope to stay consistent, you know, where I still try to get at least one video a week. And what I do is bulk recording so I can get videos up for you guys. So I hope it won't affect too much. You'll still see content and all that good stuff. But until my next video, which will be very soon because I've recorded a lot for you to see, stay tuned. And if you like this video, hit favorite, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And thank you guys so much for your support in 2014, because it was truly appreciated and I love you guys so much. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.